Hello and welcome to another Microsoft Flight Simulator video. So today we are flying the real world schedule from Aegean Airlines from Thessaloniki all the way to Mykonos island in Greece. Well, I must say I'm pretty much excited with that flight. Actually, Mykonos is a very challenging airport, very short runway, 1900 meters with pretty much every time gusty northerly winds. So we think it's gonna be challenging. It's gonna be very nice. So without further ado, let's all jump in the cockpit and start with our pre-flight checklists, all the preparation, and of course the flight. Let's climb the stairs. Oh, I didn't see that coming actually. So what we are gonna do is climb the stairs and jump in the plane. That's it. And now we find ourselves in the cockpit, of course once more in the first officer side. Door is open, we are ready to start the boarding pretty much, and we are going to start now with all the preparation. So engine masters, engine mode selector, we are off normal, landing gear lever down, wipers off, we have the weather radar to off, let's put that on +8 on this aircraft, and we go with the rest. Batteries 26.6 and 27.6, which is okay, we are going to auto. External power on, and now we'll give the aircraft some time to boot up itself. Meanwhile, we'll switch on the lights and prepare everything else just for some seconds. I'm going to switch on this iPad as well on the captain side later on. I will keep the DCDUs on. However, we don't have such a thing in Greece like CPTLC. We hope later on, the next 2 years. I don't know what's happening actually. Something is wrong with my keyboard. I hope we're gonna fix it. Let's get the seats back. And now, after all these boot up tests from this Airbus A320, we are pretty much ready to proceed with starting the flight plan actually, and boarding the plane and fueling the plane, and continue with all the checklists. So initially, let's import the flight plan from the Phoenix. Let me see. Units, kilograms. So we are more than okay. Thessaloniki to Mykonos. Let's discuss. Meter from Thessaloniki is 300 degrees 8 knots and so on. We have a bad sim online, but anyway, we are gonna use the same Intentions AI air conditioning on, despite the fact that it's not used in Thessaloniki, for the briefing. We are scheduled to leave at 9:45, and this will give us more or less a 50 time flight time. It is 15. Estimated takeoff weight is slightly above maximum landing weight, but we should be good to go if we have to return back. We need 1 ton for Athens, and the rest we are gonna see later on if the weather is not good at Athens. And of course, as I can see here, we can go even higher than 230. We'll see about that. We're expecting 167 passengers, and now 10:49 UTC in Mykonos. So let's go over there. Thessaloniki, first of all, the weather looks good. However, we're expecting some showers of rain after 12 UTC in the noon. Mykonos, as I've promised you guys, gusty wind conditions, 340 degrees, 25 gas 35, but in Cabo okay. Athens, our alternate airport, is very good as well, with pretty much the well-known conditions in Athens, 0 to 0 degrees, 20 gas 30, which is pretty much the case in the meta. And the other alternates, like Heraklion and Rhodos, and Thessaloniki, of course, are okay if we have to come back. Regarding the weather charts now, as we can see, there is nothing to really worry about over there. Pretty much good conditions, good wind conditions as well. Well, with that in mind, NOTAMs, nothing significant. We have already checked them. Well-known NOTAMs in Mykonos during summer as well. So, with that in mind, there is nothing to really worry about. I wouldn't suggest to take more fuel than the one proposed, which is 4.9, I would say. So, I'm gonna go with 5 tons of fuel, and we will be more than good to go. 167 passengers, 5 tons, fuel, applying low aircraft, instant. And now we are good to go. We should have also the load sheet for us waiting. Of course, once more, I'm going to record what I'm doing in the MCT group. Just for you. And now we can start with everything. So we will start with the overhead preparation. Logo 1, smoking, fixing lights, ADIS 2, ADIS 3, We have also the company message, we have the fuel on board, seatbelts on, and we give the crew and the passengers a little bit of comfort, reducing the temperature a little bit in the cabin. APU fire test, which looks good. Engine 1 fire test, which looks good as well. Engine 2 fire test, which looks good as well. And we can proceed with the S. Have this off at the moment. Train. Also the captain side. The center pedestal. Outflow valve is on. Status page, nothing over there. Okay. I'm gonna set the correct frequencies a little bit later on. I'm gonna be the pilot flying. And we will proceed with the oxygen test now. Which looks good. And for the frequencies, initially I would set the delivery frequency of Thessaloniki, and we'll continue later on with the rest. So 118.055 is the correct frequency. And that's it. Now for the captain side. It's gonna be pretty much the same. So oxygen test. And now it's a good time to start with the MCDU. So I will go over there for the charts. We have already the flight Thessaloniki to Mykonos. I'm expecting in Thessaloniki the Lekko Aneko departure, which is already selected. I will also select the parking stance and also the viewer Zulu runway 34 in case we have to come back immediately. For Mykonos now, what do we have? We have the approach from Agapu, but as we can see here, approach from Agapu goes to point Bismo, and then from Bismo we will proceed with the RMP runway 34 with the points from Bismo, which is good to go. And then you can see, guys, a runway of 1,900 meters. That's it. We have the departure here. And now for the OFP, as I promised you, we will go on my wing MCDU, wing control actually MCDU, that I must say, well, I must say that at the moment I'm very happy with the MCDU. However, I cannot say that about the FCU I bought from these guys. In the beginning, everything it was very good, very good. Now for the last 1 month, I would say, a little bit more than 1 month, I face some problems with it. What I mean actually is that when I tend to push the buttons, especially the heading and the altitude buttons, they do not respond. It seems like something is broken inside them, and I don't know what to say, I don't know what happened. Anyway, the clue is that I'm not happy with this product and I start consider to change it. Anyway, let's go on our flight today. Airbus A320-200, we check the database that is valid, and I will go initially over there on the captain's MCDU to initialize our flight. So Aegean 592, Thessaloniki to Mykonos, alternate Athens, estimated en route time 49 minutes. And with that, we are good to go. Let's go on the 80s. We can see that we don't have any, say, intentions AI. So I will tune it and listen to it manually. Anyway, and now, of course, I will go there at Aegean 592 on my MCDU, and init request, actually it's Alpha Echo Echo 592, and we have the uplink on our MCDU. Thessaloniki to Mykonos, alternate Athens, Aegean 592, OC index of 15. It says here cruise flight level of 230, but we will see later on. We will use 100 of kilograms of taxi fuel. And now from Thessaloniki we are expecting runway 28 with Lekpo 1 Echo departure, which we will check a little bit later on with the charts. We have Arnav runway 34, Agap 1XA, and Bismo. And now we are going to see that everything is as intended to be, Agap, Bismo, Big B, and so on. And I will check them later on. From Mykonos, I'm sorry guys, we are expecting a departure via Varix. Let's go on Varix 1 Charlie at the moment. Which is there. And in Athens, we are expecting ILS XJ03 left from Varix 1 Quebec, which, give me a second to check over there. Arrival Varix 1 Quebec, which goes to Kea, so approach via Kea. And now we are good to go, I suppose. Yeah, Varix Kea and all the RNAV coins over there. Okay, RNAV page, I will select Mike Kilo Romeo on both sides. And now it's about time. Lima Golf Tango Sierra, Lekpo 1 Echo departure. We see radial 280 from Mike Kilo Romeo. And as we can see, we are straight ahead on 7 DME, then with a left turn following 10 DME arc, up to intercepting radial 155, which is gonna be set on the VR1, in order to proceed to Lekpo, which is roughly a little bit more than 25 nautical miles away. For the engine out, it's gonna be a straight ahead engine out, which is good for us since we are taking off towards the sea. And for this reason, actually, if we can see here, there is a point at 19 miles straight ahead from runway 28, which is called Benfe. Like that, and it also has a published holding. So I'm gonna set the holding to Benfe with inbound course 0989, left turns onto the holding, and we can see it's between 19 and 24 DME from Mika. So this means it's gonna be 5 nautical miles leg holding. That's it, and from there I will select to return back to Thessaloniki on a viewer Zulu 34, actually, as this aircraft is not capable of performing a single engine final approach mode. We will keep an eye only on that because it has 4,000 feet on FD30 for Zulu and we will need 3,000 feet. We will climb to 5,000 for the engine out. And for the rest, we are Zulu runway 34, minimums 1,350 feet. And let's listen to the weather right now. So, the date is of Thessaloniki is 127.555.
UN 2000. Temperature 25, dew point 17. QNH 1022. Transition level 70. Advise on initial contact you have information Kilo.
Information
Thessaloniki Macedonia International Airport. Information Kilo. 0750 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 28, 34. Wind 310 at 7. Visibility 10. View at 2000. Temperature 25. Dew point.
perfect. So 310 at 7, 25 and 1022. And now, last but not least, we are expecting a zero fuel weight of 59.9. However, we have the load sheet, but let's do it like that. For the block fuel, we set and agreed at 5 tons. We are expecting a takeoff weight of 64.8, which is slightly above maximum landing weight. And this will give us an extra of 1 ton. Okay. Thrust reduction at 1,000 feet. Let's request the wind. It's gonna be even more than 1 ton. It's 1 ton. Trip fuel is 1.9. Contingency we have 400 kilograms. That's it, 10 minutes. Alternate is correct and final is correct. Good. Now, with everything else inside, let's go on the FD screw. Setting the FCU as well. And for the briefing, perfect. So now the pilot monitoring has already checked my entries and he starts with the briefing. So it's gonna be LECPO 1 Echo departure from runway 28. The plate number is, come on, 10.3 Golf. The effectivity is 13 August 20. MSA behind us on the takeoff direction 5,500, in front of us 4,500, and up to 10 miles it's gonna be over the sea. Highest obstacle, almost 10,000 feet beyond 25 nautical mile radius from my kilometer of UR. It's a well-known mountain of Olympus in Greece, the highest mountain. And initial climb expecting from the ATC, nothing else to say here. For the extra fuel, 700 kilograms, 22 minutes. Good. So the pushback expecting to be facing south, as we are sitting on stand number 6, and all the way via Delta, Charlie, Foxtrot, to Foxtrot 9 Fox 10 holding on our way to 8. That's it. For the engine out today, I'm expecting straight ahead to Benfe Point, 19 miles away on the takeoff runway direction, and holding there as published climbing 5,000 feet. For the return, it's gonna be the ILS, I'm sorry, it's gonna be the VR Zulu runway 34 using selected modes and expecting to be below max landing weight once we come back for the landing. I'm sorry for that. I have no other special considerations about for you today. For the threads, you see any? Okay. For the threads, I'm gonna say the crossing runway operations. So we have departure from runway 28 and arrivals on runway 34. Keep an eye on that and be extra vigilant. Listen also to the ATC instructions carefully. And I'm gonna say the birds present in the area. So for this reason, we will line up initially, check if there are any birds present, and thereafter take off. Commence the takeoff route. That's it. Any questions? No questions. Departure briefing completed. Okay. Documents, cockpit preparation checklist. Cockpit preparation checklist, gearbox and covers. Removed, fuel quantity. We have 5,000 kilograms, fuel is balanced. Seat belts on. ADRS. Nav. Power F. QNH1022. QNH1022. Cockpit preparation check is completed. And with that also completed, by now we also have the final load sheet available. So let's go on the receipt messages. It's gonna be the last one. Final load sheet compliance with edition 2. And we have Aegean 592, 20th of June 26. Thessaloniki to Mykonos, CRXA Delta Golf India, 2x4, 0 fuel weight 59.9. Max 0 fuel weight 32.5. So with block 5 tons, we're expecting a takeoff weight of 64.8, 64.7 here. So we'll keep 64.8, passengers 167. Mach takeoff 31.1, this should give us approximately 0.5 down, somewhere here, 0.6, but we will check it with the performance calculation program. So, departure performance, sync close sheet final 64.8, 31.1 is correct. Live weather 310 at 7. 310 at 7, 25 degrees and 1022. What is that? Maybe something new.
D departing runways 28, 34. Wind 310 at 7. Visibility 10.
Macedonia Airport information.
View at 2000.
0 Zulu.
Temperature 27,
Wind 295
dew point
to
18.
Visibility
QNH1021. Transition level 70. Advise on initial contact. You have information November.
Information.
Thessaloniki Macedonia International Airport. Information.
It's information November, so everything is inserted. Calculate. 0.6 down as already discussed. 0.1 plus F. And we have 150, 150, 151 with flex 70. So we go over there. Flaps 1. Down 0.6. Flex 70. 150. Come on. 150, 151. 70. 150, 150, 151. And green dot at 210. For the takeoff weight we have 82.8, so we are good to go. That's it. And with that completed, we can now I think we can now close all the doors and we are ready to go. Let's check the messages as well for this memo. Okay. Formation November. We can now close the door. And we can operate the stairs, which should also close our cabin door and start the other things. The stairs are not operating. What is wrong with them? We should manually close the door. Why not? Let's close the door. And let's switch on the APU now. Lamp open, starting APU. And I must say that we have very good passengers. We are leaving at 45. Now it's 36 and everyone is in the plane and we are closing the doors. That's the passengers I like. However, I must say that it rarely happens in real life, most of the times, especially when they are going on vacation. They are very happy. We don't want to make a mess for them, so usually we are waiting. Perfect. APU is there, and I assume we can now request ATC clearance. Thessaloniki delivery, good day, Aegean 592 on stand 6, information November, requesting IFR clearance.
Aegean 592, clear to Mykonos via the Lekpo 1 Echo departure. Runway 28. Initial climb 4000. Departure on 118.28. Squawk 4175.
Clear to Mykonos. Lekpo 1 Echo departure, runway 28. Initially climb 4,000 feet. Squawk 4175. Aegean 592.
Aegean 5902, read back correct. Ground will be on 121.705.
121.705. Aegean 592. Thanks, bye bye. One to 1.705. We have only one slide there, and we should give the APU only one more minute in order to switch on the APU bleed and leave for our magnificent destination. Let's leave it as it is. Now we can request to disconnect the preconditioned air, and until they disconnect it, the time will pass and we will switch on the APU bleed. Perfect. 3 minutes. Chrono is set. External power goes to off. APU bleed on, and switch on all these fuel pumps. And we can also request to disconnect the GPU. That's it. And now it's about time to request for push and start. Thessaloniki ground, Aegean 592 on stand 6, requesting pushback.
Aegean 5902, push and start approved, face northwest.
Push and start approved, facing northwest, Aegean 592. Okay, don't know what that means, actually beacon on. And it starts the pushback automatically. What we can do actually is the checklist. Before start checklist, parking brake. Set. Takeoff speeds and thrust. Have 150, 50, 51 flex 70. 150, 50, 51 flex 70. Windows. Closed. And beacon on before start checklist completed. We can also hear the demo play.
Ground, Austrian 823 Hotel, taxi to parking.
Austrian 823 Hotel, taxi to parking via Alpha 2, Alpha, Alpha 4, Charlie.
Alpha 2, Alpha, Alpha 4, Charlie, Austrian 823 Hotel.
Release parking brakes, please.
And now we have released the parking brakes. We are waiting, of course, every time for the aircraft to cross entirely the service road over there. And I assume when the cockpit is over the service road, we are good to start the engines. So we are over the service road now. All engines are clear. APU bleed. FedEx are there. We have pressure, starting engine number 2. So it's clear. Starting 2. Now there are some clouds all around. At the moment we don't need to worry about. We'll see during the takeoff if we need to switch on the weather radar. That's the typical weather.
Please set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
So that's the typical weather in this area during the initial months of the summer, let's say during late May and the whole June. Starting engine 1. Number 1 is clear. So when the storms are developing throughout the whole day and in the early noon and afternoon we have the mature states where they release all the rain that they have, and then in the evening again it's gonna be a clear summer day. That's it, the second engine is starting. And 43%, the igniter is out. We can inform about
Cockpit to
a
ground.
good engine start.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Available. So now we will wait about the ramp agent to check that he has a nose wheel steering pin, and I'm gonna tell you that I will also communicate the tower for the taxi instructions, and then I will handle the communications to the first officer, actually to the pilot monitoring,
Tow track disconnecting.
in order to relieve some workload from my side.
Left is clean. Right is clean.
Let's check the turn ramp coordinator, the way it's called right now. Okay, he has a pin, we are ready. Flaps 1. There is no status. After start checklist. After start checklist. Anti-ice. Off. Become status checked. Pitch free. We have 31.1%. Rudder trim 0. After start checklist completed. Okay, let's go. Aegean 592 request taxi.
Aegean 5902, runway 28 taxi via Delta, Alpha 4, Alpha Foxtrot, Foxtrot 10.
Runway 28 via Delta, Alpha 4, Alpha Fox, Fox 10, Aegean 592. Okay, we have the taxi instructions. We also have the cabin secure.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
We have the cabin secure as well. Let's write it down here. And let's go. Clear left side, clear right side, and we are rolling. You have communications.
Roger that, I've got the radios now.
And now the first officer has the radios. Check the brakes. So that would be Alpha 4, Alpha Fox, as discussed. First to the left, again first to the left, and again first to the left. 3 times. So, clear right side, clear left side. Clear right side. Clear left side. And once we are on Foxtrot, we will proceed with the flight controls. Nice and slowly. Be careful though, straight ahead if we miss Fox. It's an active runway. That's a particularity of Thessaloniki Airport. Clear right side, clear left side. That's it. Over there, it's kind of stormy conditions. Straight ahead. Flight control set. Full up, full down, neutral, full left, full right, neutral. For the radar check. Go ahead. Full left, full right, neutral. Flight control check my side. Go ahead. That's it. Cabin is secure. Confirmation briefing.
Ryanair 1 Uniform Bravo, push and start
Level 1
approved.
Echo departure, runway 28. Straight ahead,
Pushback
first step
approved,
to the
Ryanair 1
left.
Uniform
Lost
Bravo.
weight 64.8, above maximum landing weight slightly. Configuration 1 plus F. Flex 70, 4000 blue, 150, 151. Check, no questions. Now, second to the right is Fox 10, and we will continue with the taxi and line up checklist once we have all the clearances to line up.
Aegean 5902, contact tower on 122.1. Bye-bye.
Contacting tower on 122.1, Aegean 5902.
We are
Macedonia
ready.
Tower, Aegean 5902. Good afternoon, holding short 28, ready for departure.
Aegean 5902, Macedonia Tower, runway 28, winds 310 at 7, cleared for takeoff.
we are clear for takeoff. Turn on ND, and I think I will switch on the weather radar on my side.
Runway 28 cleared for takeoff. Aegean 592.
Cabin crew, prepare for departure. Approach path clear.
All right, let's get ready for departure.
Weather radar is on.
Aegean 592 holding short at runway 28 ready for takeoff.
What happened? Taxi checklist. Taxi checklist, flight controls. Check. Lap setting. Conf 1 plus F. Config 1 plus F. Radar predicted wind shear. On auto. Engine mode selector, normal. Dika memo, takeoff no blue. Taxi checklist completed. Lineup checklist. Lineup checklist. Takeoff runway. Runway 28. Runway 28. Dikas. TARA, packs 1 and 2, both packs on, lineup checklist completed, taking off, ready, ready. Alright, take off, let's roll. That's it, manual flex 70, SRS, auto first blue. Check, fast set. 100 knots. Set. V1. Rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. Gear up. Nav. Check. Autopilot 2. Task line, auto first. Check. Climb. Check.
Aegean 592, contact Thessaloniki departure on 118.28.
Contacting Thessaloniki departure on 118.28. Aegean 592. Thessaloniki departure, Aegean 592. Good afternoon, climbing through 1,500.
Flat 0, speed check. Flat 0.
Aegean 592, Thessaloniki departure identified. Climb flight level 140, direct D167 Juliet.
One 4000 blue. Flat 0. D167
Climbing
Juliet.
flight level 140, direct D167 Juliet, Aegean 592.
D167 Juliet, whatever she says. So 14000 blue, direct D167 Juliet, confirm, confirm.
Climb flight level 230.
Climbing flight level 230, Aegean 592.
3000 blue.
Aegean 592, contact Macedonia Center on 133.575.
Contacting Macedonia Center on 133.575, Aegean 592.
Set standard, transition, standard. Crossing.
Macedonia
Pass
Center,
flight
Aegean
level
592.
65.
Good afternoon, climbing
Now.
through 5,000 for
Check.
flight level 230.
Aegean 592, Macedonia Center, identified. Good afternoon.
And now I will slowly transition to the cruising flight, and I will leave you guys. It's gonna be only the 10,000 feet checks, and I will prepare slowly for the descent in Mykonos, and see you there. Well, here I am again. We have already started our descent to Mykonos. I have already obtained the weather, pretty much gusty conditions over there, with northerly winds, as we talked about earlier. Tip was 0 degrees to 8 knots. Expecting our A340 with an RMP approach. What is worth to mention, it's actually that it has an elevation of 400 feet, despite the fact that it's situated in the middle of the island. So this means that our actually stabilized collage will be at 1,500 feet. Apart from that, as we discussed earlier on,
Aegean 592, contact Mykonos approach on 118.75.
Contacting Mykonos approach on 118.75, Aegean 592.
so it's a runway 34 with 1,900 meters, so I left the landing distance
Mykonos approach,
calculation
Aegean
with you
592.
guys.
Good afternoon, descending flight level 190 for 3,500.
Aegean 592, Mykonos approach, identified. Kalimera cleared Bismo transition. Expect the RNAV runway 34 approach into Mykonos. Verify information, Victor.
Well,
Cleared Bismo transition. Expect RNAV runway 34 approach into Mykonos, Aegean 592.
so we have information, Victor. He cleared us for the Bismo transition, as already discussed and inserted in the NCDU, with the Bismo, Big B, and so on for the RMP. We will engage the final approach at Mike Kilo 508 and proceed with the final. We'll discuss about the runway, the particularities, and I left the landing performance calculation to be done with you over here. So refresh meta, apply
Ocean
meta,
8 Hotel Kilo contact Athens
Runway.
Center on 127.975.
for a landing weight of
Over to Athens Center on 127.975, Ocean 8 Hotel
So
Kilo.
let's calculate 63. in
Egypt
order
Air
to be-
748 contact
Okay.
Athens Center on 133.725.
Auto brake medium, of course.
133.725 for Egypt Air
Will
748.
give us the factor landing distance of 1,754 meters, which is gonna be even less than that actually, and we will be okay. So auto brake medium, come on, and that's it. Normally the cruise over there requesting for a visual approach, but this used to happen on the earlier years that there were not any RMP approaches in the island, especially the Greek cruise. Right now we have the RMP approach, we will utilize that one, it's gonna be easier to do. And of course once more I will record the flight controls for your benefit. So starting from now, the flight controls are live, and we are heading towards Mykonos. So 10,000 feet checks, seatbelts, constraint over there. Something is happening today with my keyboard. GPS primary, we can also check the predicted GPS, which is OK, and the Mykonos VOR identified. That's it, which is also on the secondary flight plan in case we lose the RMP capabilities. And now I will utilize more or less the sterile cockpit. We are at 10,000 feet. We need to concentrate on this arrival.
Delta 241 contact Athens Center on 133.725.
133.725 for Delta 241.
The weather radar is no longer needed. I will switch it off. And we can go with the approach checklist. Approach checklist. BioRef to NH1017. To NH1017. Seatbelts on, minimum. Bio 948. Auto brake, medium. Engine mode selector, normal. Approach checklist completed. And we are waiting for the bismuth transition over there. And now we should have the cabin secured.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for
Aegean
landing.
592, cleared for the RNAV runway 34 approach via Bismo.
Cleared for the RNAV approach runway 34 via Bismo, Aegean 592.
So we are clear for the RNAV approach right now. And now what I like to do
Speedbird
is
665 contact
I will
Athens Center
write down
on
all the tests. The
127.9075.
clearance was early enough in order for us to forget.
127.9075, speedbird 665, see ya.
We have also at Bismo speed 250 and 6,000. Speed is already 250. Let's extend the speed brakes a little bit. Help us. The TAT is at 22, so no anti-ice needed at all. And 1,000 to go. We are more or less on profile right now.
Aegean 592, I need you below 250 knots.
Come on, we are 250 plus the 5 knots of petty cent calculation of the Airbus. $3,500 blue over there. And I'm gonna set the 2,000 since we are clear for the approach. So we have 3,000 magenta. That's the island of Delos, a well-known island for its ancient history actually. There are a lot of monuments over there. And behind it over there it's the island of Mykonos. Also we can see our aircraft over there. Very good. Another thing we forgot to talk about is the backtrack on the runway, since it's very short. The only way taxi over there is to go all the way to the threshold of 16, backtrack and exit from Alpha 1. That's how they do it in the real life. And by Alpha 2 they enter the runway, backtrack 34 and taking off. So entrance to the apron is by Alpha 1 and Alpha 2 is the exit from the apron. $1,000 to go, check. We can see that Mykonos is somewhere over there. Make its appearance behind the clouds. There is Mykonos and the airport is over there. That's it. And the wind now is pretty much steady to where it should be on the ground as well. Decelerating now to 230 according to the procedure. One last thing, runway target is 336. The 2000 blue. And of course the deceleration point. I will help it a little bit. Vertical speed minus 1000. Because I want to be at level flight. There is our deceleration point.
2,500.
Area life. And we're about to align ourselves now with the runway. Alt start.
Sierra X-ray Uniform Mike, X-ray contact Athens Center on 123.725.
123.725, Sierra X-ray Uniform Mike X-ray, thanks.
There is a runway over there, flaps 1, speed check, flaps 1, let's put them in the middle.
Aegean 5902. Contact Mykonos Tower on 119.875.
Contacting Mykonos Tower on 119.875. Aegean 5902.
Flaps 2, speed check.
Mykonos Tower, Aegean
Flaps
5902. Good afternoon, established on the RNAV runway 34 approach.
Aegean 5902. Mykonos Tower. Roger. Continue approach.
For the go around, it's gonna be
Aegean
3,500.
5902. Runway 34. Winds 340 at 18. Clear to land.
Runway 34
3,500.
cleared to land. Aegean
No.
5902.
Gear down. Gear down. Cabin crew, prepare for landing. Flaps 3, speed check.
Cabin crew is ready for landing, Captain. Let's make it a
Flaps
smooth
3.
one.
Let's try for a smooth one. Flaps full, speed check. Flaps full. And landing checklist. Landing checklist ICA memo. Landing no glue. Landing checklist completed. We are clear to land. We will try for a smooth one. 1000 stabilized. And of course, I will add 4 knots on the V approach. Let's get prepared. It's pretty much very difficult to see with the airport.
One time.
Have this off. Red door.
Minima.
Autopilot off. Set downway tag 336. Remaining for white squares. Four whites now.
100. 40, 30, 20. Retard.
Spoilers. Reverse green. Diesel. 70 knots.
Aegean 5902. Welcome to Mykonos. Taxi to Terminal 1. Gate 4 at your discretion. Stay on this frequency.
Taxi to Terminal 1, Gate 4 at our discretion, staying on this frequency. Aegean 5902.
Okay. And that was the challenging approach onto Mykonos. As you have seen, it's not very easy. In some airlines as well, they have it only for the captains allowed to fly it. We are going on stand number 4. So, first of all, let's stand the aircraft. And let's go slowly enough. Switching off everything at the moment. So after landing checklist, start the APU. Of course the transponder remains on. So lights off, strobe off, actually strobe on. Sorry for that. Starting the APU. And for the rest should be this one, that one, the flaps, and the transponder, as I discussed, goes to on. And I will select gate 4 in Mykonos. Gate 4. Without follow me. Hold there. And where should be gate 4? I have to check over there. So gate 4 is in the middle. Excellent. Starting APU. Also cooling time elapsed. And now we are out of the active runway. We can switch off the strobe lights and the transponder. As you can see, apart from the challenging approach, the taxiing and the parking here is also very challenging. It's a very small airport. But thanks to the fact that millions of people visit it every year, that's why we have all this traffic over there. So lights off. There is a muzzler. And I will go for the oversteering, most probably. I overreacted over there. Okay. Parking brake is on. APU available. APU bleed on. And shutting down 1, shutting down number 2. We should see the design right now. 2000, stand by. And now expecting the N2. Actually it's the N1 below 10%. I will wait for N2 as well. Slice design, so there goes the seat belts. And there goes the beacon as well.
The boarding requested.
After landing checklist completed and parking checklist, parking record checks. Let me see. chocks in place. So parking brake or chocks. Set engines off, wing lights off, fuel pumps off. Parking checklist completed. Now we open the door to let the passenger thank us for the landing in Mykonos. Also operate the stairs, which cannot be operated. I don't know. Alright. And now the slides are disarmed. And there are the stairs over there, actually. So
passengers bus is coming.
We will go as well. Now and there we can see our aircraft along with all the aircraft in the area. That concludes our flight for today. I would like once more to thank you for watching my video. Feel free to make any comment in the comment section below and any suggestion for another future flight you wanted to demonstrate. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.